beans at once, so you can't actually max the capacity of the roaster, or you're not going to get a good rotation on the beans, and they're going to roast unevenly. So you're going to have a lot of dark beans with light beans. So I've kind of, through trial and error, have found out how much pounds to do. And what this does is a loader, so when it gets up to temperature, I will pull this lever and it will feed into the drum roaster. And as you can tell, it's a gas roaster, so you got constant flames on there. And then throughout the roasting process, each bean has its own roast profile, which means has its own like recipe. However, this is not automated, so I'm manually tweaking the amount of airflow goes in there, as well as the temperature. And you can view it in a couple different places. This right here, the roast, you can see the appearance, also the smell. It shows a lot of indication on how it's going. So it's a short process, so you have to keep an eye on it. You can't just walk away and do other things. So and every bean does differently. Depends on how moisture is in the air and all that, all the effects of that. So we're gonna get started, and so it is connected to my computer, and the reason why is that there's actually 2 thermometers on this roaster, and on my computer it tells me, just like you have a thermometer in your oven or your microwave, it's just basically telling me what the temperature is inside the drum, and also where the flames are. So at all times I'm watching the temperature of the beans, the temperature of the oven, the roaster. So that's what the computer's telling me. Nothing beyond that. It's not controlling it. I'm the one controlling it. There are roasters out there that basically all the roaster does is he just lets the machine, the computer do all the roasting, and I feel like that loses a lot of the touch of roasting beans yourself. So. Come a little different, all from different countries. For example, here's the decaf. Now the decaf can be a couple different ways processed at the farm. It could be chemical, or it can be through a water process. So this has been a water process, so no chemicals involved. What it does is basically they just infuse water into the bean and strips it of its properties, and this comes brown, which usually the beans are all green, which I can show you over here. This is from Colombia. And as you can see, this is what most coffee looks like. It's all green from the start. Now, a lot of people know that, but it does not taste good. It does not taste like coffee right now. It's just like it's a little seed inside the coffee berry, which grows on trees. So that's what's very labor intensive. These are all high grown coffees, so it's all picked by people. No machines are involved. And then they pick from the bad to all the good beans as well. So as you can see, a lot of different countries here, all processed a little bit different. They all have their own flavor profile. So again, here's what it kind of starts like, and then only about, between 9 to 12 minutes in the roaster, here's your end product. So obviously a huge difference. Color, a little bit bigger, you see over here, and it's a lot lighter. So as it's roasting, basically what it's doing is it's stripping the outer shell of the bean. It's expanding, so it's going to be popping and cracking the shells. And a lot of people don't know this, but the least amount that you roast it, it's going to be lighter in color, but that's going to have the most caffeine level. So the green coffee has the most caffeine level. The bold coffee, which is your dark roast, is going to have the least amount of caffeine amount on there. So when you go to a coffee shop and you can get a light roast or a medium roast, you're actually going to have a higher caffeine content than you would if you had a dark roast. And then here's a couple examples. It'll come in the grocery stores or online. So this is your typical 8-ounce bag, and it comes beans or whole ground, just like you see here. Or it comes into K-cups, which not a lot of single batch roasters are doing that, but we have come up with a couple of different K-cup options that works in your Keurig machines. And then also for those who love cold brew, it's not actually bottled, but it comes inside of a filter, so you can soak it in 4 cups of water and do it as you can, and then keep it in your refrigerator.